Hi guys, how are you? Oh, I'm just gonna get a bit comfy here. There we go. How is everyone? Meow. Oh. Hi Linda, hi Uncover the News. Oh, let's have a look here. Swap candles over. Hi Michael Dow, Michelle Peterson, Helena Harrison, hello. Let's see how. Hi Georgie Moon. Georgie, are you one of my moderators? Hi, M Mouse. Big virtual hug back to you too. God, I just put a moisturising wipe over my face. Hi, Joe Money. Oh, that's great, Georgie. Yeah. Hi, Judy Malley. What I'll do is I will just pop this stream on, and I might make you a moderator now. And yeah, because I've had a few, but not everyone can always make it. And Georgie, you're such a steady presence, which I so appreciate as well. Just give me a minute. A bit warm in here. Georgie is in Brisbane, and she'll be able to tell you that we're getting into the hot weather over here. So, yeah. Hi, what? Hi, Dishes and Stitches. You know, because of the time difference too, it's nice to have an Australian moderator too, so that's good. And thank you again, Georgie, for saying you'll do it. That's great. What's the temperature like in Brisbane today, Georgie? Oh, good. Good. Fortunate Son, that was a classic of the Vietnam era. And yeah, we're looking at 24 degrees over here today. So, unless that's 24 degrees now. And 28 we're looking at today. So it's still less than 30, but I think we're going to have a long, hot summer down here in Australia. Hi, Deborah Costro. Oh, you're getting some nice breezes. That's good. I'll turn the sound off on this one. Mute that so you can't hear me. Add moderator. They'll make sure it's you. Add moderator. There we go. Okay, let's get into it, my darlings. Firstly, hello everyone. Hi Cardamancy Mesquite. Hi Zelda. Hi Gmail5. Hi NES. So let's take a look at Trump. Joe Biden's town hall outrated his town hall by more than 1 million. And he had his town hall broadcast on the NBC network. So it was on CNBC, MSNBC, and NBC. So over 3 networks. And Biden's was just on ABC, and it still outrated Trump by over 1 million. So that's hi, perfect, Natalia. M Mouse, you're in South Australia, Eyre Peninsula. Lovely part of the world. 13 degrees. Oh, You're quite a bit south of where Georgie and I are. I'm in Perth. Georgie's in Brisbane. So you're right down on the south coast. I'd love to explore South Australia. We went through there when we were coming over here on the Indian Pacific, which is a famous train over here in Australia. And but we haven't had the chance to get back there. Quite a few areas I'd love to check out. Hi, Greta. Hi, Estelle Harrington. Jennifer Taylor, hello. Okay, let's have a look at Trump. Let's get into it. What's Trump like? What's in the wind for Trump in the next week? So it's Sunday morning here, Saturday night over there in the US, and early Sunday morning in the UK. If you guys are listening from anywhere around the European area in the UK and stuff. Hi, Robin Arvin. So let's have a look at what the next week holds for Trump. I'm going to do another cross. What's coming up in the next week for Trump? Ooh, not a very good week for Trump overall. Let's have a look at what's on the bottom. Ace of Cups reversed. So blocked ideas, blocked relationships, inability to make new relationships. He's going to feel like he's been let down. He might be feeling a little bit disappointed and depressed, but it'll be more like being let down. And as you know, with someone like Trump, it's never their fault that they end up in the position they're in. So King of Cups. Biden. Biden is going to be figuring large in Trump's life next week, and this is his challenge. Biden is his challenge. at the base of this, secrets coming out and being illuminated, unseen problems, he's been trusting his intuition and it has gone so wrong. His intuition is to get out there and show his face and just talk because everybody will listen. That's what he's done for years, because he's been able to charm and fool people for years and years. He thinks that's what he's still able to do. It's one thing doing it in the business sense, with a few people in a boardroom and stuff like that. It's another thing doing it with a whole nation who are angry at him. His past actions leading up to the present, his past actions have been all about confusing people, gaslighting them. But it's also, his past actions have led him into a place of confusion as well. There's lots of talk about whether or not he's mentally able to do the job. There's people are saying he's getting confused and this and that and the other. So, and he's not just done it to the American people, gaslighted the American people. In a way, he's gaslighted himself. He believes in what he's saying so much, and he always has, which is part of the reason he's gotten away with it for such a long time in business. But it's not helping him now. What's above? What's the thing? Knight of Pentacles, but the Knight of Pentacles is reversed. He's being very stubborn. It's not working. Reverse Knight of Pentacles indicates someone who's stubborn, who is lazy, who does not want to work. Does that remind you of anybody? He's not working on any presidential things, any administrative things. The only time he wants to get on his butt and do something is when he's going to rallies. That's the only thing he wants to do. Otherwise, just leave him alone so he can, you know, just sit on his butt all day and do nothing. Immediate future, 6 of Cups, but it is reversed, and this is dreams turning into nightmares, and this is being haunted by the consequences of your own past actions. So all this is in his immediate outlook. So yeah, things aren't looking good for him this week, and we are talking about just this week. I'm just looking at the week ahead for him. So his own past actions are going to come back and bite him on the butt. What's in the environment for him for this week? The High Priestess, secret agendas, and these aren't necessarily his agendas. Okay, this is somebody else's agenda is going to come forth. Is going to be brought to his attention. I'll do some clarifiers on that in a minute after I've done the rest of the layout. What are other people seeing for Trump this week? They're seeing someone who is barely hanging on to power, who is seeking, keeping things close, and who's trying to hang on to the power and the money and everything that he has, desperately trying to do that. What are his hopes and fears? Oh. This is the card for family, but it's also been my card for the GOP, with the rainbow being an illusion and all that. This is a representative of the rainbow. But it's interesting because these have cups. The cups here also are a representative to me of bells. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. I think this is the Republican Party. He's really fearing that he's losing more and more the Republican Party. Ben Sasser's comments came out the other day. Pity he didn't stand up ages ago and put his hand up and say, look, he said, you know, what's wrong with going independent and facing a primary? Okay, so he might lose. You might put it all on the line, but retain your character. So too little, too late, Sassy. You know, so, but he really fears that the Republican Party are gonna, I think this goes back to somebody else's agenda. They're going to say, that's it, you've got to go. And he's hoping that they won't. What's the outcome for him this week? Page of Wands. Someone talks. He's emotionally immature. When he stands up there and he spouts, and he doesn't say anything about what he's going to do and every one of these things and every phone-in he does with Fox, it's just a bitch fest. So it's going to be more bitch festing for him. It's going to be him yak, doing more rallies and him calling into Fox and all that. And just him bitch festing. It's going to be more poor me. This is the page. It's immature. Quite often for me, it's about whistleblowers. But in this case, it's just he's going to be having a bad week. And he's going to be like, bitch. Poor me. Let's see what else is getting me out of that. Conflict. He's going to try and stoke conflict. Of course, that's what he does. And one more, Knight of Cups. He's going to be receiving an offer. Whether he'll take it up or not is another thing. Now, what I want to do is I'll get another deck and I want to have a closer look at this High Priestess. Hi, be kind to all. Helena Harrison, Robin Arvin. Michael, I think I said hello there. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that your oldest son, Michael, needs some help there. Of course, I'm sure everyone, please send a burst of healing energy and prayers to Michael Dowell's oldest son. Hi, C. Sims. So let's have a look at this High Priestess. Is this Trump's agenda or somebody else's? I feel it's somebody else's. Temperance. It's an agenda to tamper him down, to temper him. So it's somebody else's agenda. Temperance, calm things down, bring back balance, try and get him to use some self-control. So yes, it's definitely somebody else's agenda, because Trump would not be interested in doing any of that. It's time for him, and it's their agenda to try and convince him that it is time to let go. The Three of Hearts reverse, just letting go of pain, letting go of thoughts of betrayal and all that, letting go of fear, even fear of betrayal. I mean, the Three of Swords was right here in the center. He's really fearing betrayal, and he's been betraying the American people since he left. So this is, I think they're going to try and give him the opportunity to resign with dignity, which might be that offer. If they do, and he succeeds, it might come, and they succeed, it might come back. If he turns them down, which he's more than likely to do, you're not ever going to hear about it, you know. So yeah, so that's Trump's week for him. Biggest challenge there is Joe Biden. Hi, Anne H. Does Melania want a divorce? I'll read on Melania, and I'll do a read on Melania. Haven't done much with Melania. She's sort of boring, really. She didn't want to be there in the first place. She's done the minimum she thought she could do, she could get away with doing. She only did it because, you know, her be best and all that. She only did it because she was told that, you know, it's the job of first ladies to spearhead some causes and stuff like that. And she really doesn't care about causes at all. She's happy to write out a check, but actually actively doing something and spearheading something is completely different. And all in all, she's a pretty boring and shallow character. But let's have a look. Does Melania want a divorce? The word yes popped into my mind, but that's, you know, it popped in directly after. If we'd have asked her that, we'd have asked that before Trump stepped down on that elevator and announced his candidacy, it might have been no. But she's been put in a position she never wanted to be in. She is, again, she's another page. Immature, lazy. Struggling. She's a page of wands. She's a reverse page of wands. Melania, does she want a divorce? Nine of Cups. This was not what she was dreaming about. What she has is not the life she was dreaming for or wishing for. What she has now. What she had was, but what she has now is not. It's not what she signed up for. Her challenge is not walking away too soon. I think there's various things in place. If she walks away too soon, she's going to lose a lot. So she's got to time the way to walk away. Time when to walk away. That's her challenge. The base of this reading for her: blocked emotions, blocked creativity, blocked everything. She just feels blocked. She feels like she has nowhere to go. She's depressed. She's so disappointed. And she feels let down. She wasn't prepared, and she didn't want the sort of public service life that Trump signed her up for. She didn't mind being in society papers and magazines and all that, but this is different. This is a life of public service, and she didn't want it. She doesn't care enough about her fellow people to, even if she's put in there reluctantly or, you know, without being asked. If she was a good person, she would have had done it and worked so much harder and done it anyway to the very best of her ability. And she would have been talking to previous first ladies and this and that and asking them questions and, you know, and talking to people, you know. So, no, her past actions leading up to where she is now, well, she's stuck with an emperor who is anything but. An emperor with no clothes. She's stuck with an immature, power-hungry despot. And I think she knew he was that, but she was willing to put up with that in private, in a private setting, in the business setting. But in public, she just feels like his actions have humiliated her and humiliated her son. She does love her son. One saving grace for her, she loves her son. Yeah. What's above? Page of Swords. She is really one of the biggest ways she feels let down, and she feels very disappointed. And that ex-friend of hers who wrote that book and who has been releasing tapes of her, she really feels disappointed and let down by that. But what did she expect? I mean, she did the dirty on this woman. And she and her husband put this woman in an untenable situation. I remember her name first coming out when questions were raised about the inauguration fund and campaign funds. And it came out that she raised questions even back then. And she was put in this untenable situation where she felt the only thing she could do was help authorities get to the bottom of it. Because she knew she'd done nothing wrong, but she knew somebody had. So, yeah. What's in the immediate future for Melania? Sunshine, exposure, things coming to light. This is the Sun. This is a pretty good card. Normally, she's going to have a bit of a respite, I think. Look, I mean, this could be something to do with this offer that Donald Trump gets, but I can't see him ever willingly giving up power. But she's got a respite of some sort and some time in the sun in the short term. Maybe she's going on a bit of a break, which you would think would be like, you know, in the last couple of weeks before the election, but we haven't really seen her on the campaign trail. I think she might be enjoying Trump being away. And in her immediate future, she's just feeling able to breathe because Trump is out doing all these rallies and campaigns and he's not there. Might do some clarifiers on that card. In her immediate environment, now we asked if she's going to get a divorce. In her immediate environment are offers, new offers. I think she's talking with Trump's people about this, talking with her lawyers and his lawyers. They're working on it, which is why she doesn't want to walk away too soon. Seven of Cups. People see somebody who's just another gaslighter, who's just hidden so much about herself and told so many lies about herself that they're not willing to believe anything that comes out of her mouth. What are her hopes and fears? She's just so tired and couldn't give a crap Trump is dangling another, he's got this, another 4 years as First Lady. She doesn't want that. She doesn't want that. Yeah, she definitely doesn't want that. She hasn't agreed to another term as First Lady. She doesn't want it, but she's fearing that that's what's going to happen. She might actually make sure something gets exposed too. What's the outcome for her? She's teetering. She's teetering on this really vital. Her future hangs in the balance on what happens in the next few weeks. And she does want a divorce. She definitely does want a divorce. But it's going to hang on in the balance of what happens at the election. Let's have a look here. A couple more cards. Five of Pentacles reversed. It's a new home, new opportunities, new job, recovery. That's what's going to be the outcome for her. Now, if this is the case, that bodes well for the election. And freedom from the confines she's found herself in for the last few weeks. So the critical thing is going to tip in her favor. She's going to have new opportunities, new homes, everything, and freedom, escape from something she's felt held as a prison for the last 4 years. She does want a divorce. She is going to get her divorce. I'm going to do a couple of more cards on that Sun. Is she going to help the Biden campaign along in some way? Is she going to make sure something comes out? What's she going to do? She's basking in a bit of freedom and sunshine at the moment. She can feel it. It's like she's on the inside of a dome of a greenhouse at the moment, and she can go and she can stand there and she can feel the sun coming in on her, but she can't quite feel the breeze on her face yet because she's not out of that greenhouse yet, and she really wants out of that greenhouse, but she's starting to feel the sunshine. So let's see, is she going to let a few things leak about her husband? She's taking some risk while he's gone. I wonder if she's got someone in the White House who she's, having a liaison with. Oh. She is going to be taking a risk. She's taking a risk. She's going to be taking a real risk in the near future. And she's reaching out to Vladimir Putin. She's reaching out to him, to Russia. Reaching out to Russia, something about an abuse of power coming out. She wants this new journey. She wants to, it's going to appear carelessness on somebody's part. It's going to bring out a link between, it's going to appear to be careless paperwork or something, but it's going to bring out a real link between Trump and Russia. She's working on that. She wants out. She didn't want to be there. She doesn't understand or comprehend or like living a life of public service. This was never anything she wanted. Wow. And yes, she does want a divorce. That came out. Hi, Ronald. Hi, Sharon Syke. Oh, Trump's kids are not above the law. They're not above the law. Trust me. Will we have a look at them? Hi, Crazy Cat Lady Farley. Let's have a look at the kids. Not Tiffany and not Barron. Tiffany's pretty inoffensive and, you know, she loves her dad, but she's been kept away from a lot of the dark stuff. And I think the stuff she's been exposed to, she's just like, no. She's studying law or something, and she doesn't want, you know, don't be surprised if she ends up using her, because she's engaged, either a married name or ends up changing her name to Maples. So Supreme Court, you want to look at the Supreme Court? Yeah, we can have a look at the Supreme Court. How about we take a break from the Trumps for a little bit, and I'll come back to the kids later. And we'll have a look at the Supreme Court. Now, apparently 100 faculty members from Notre Dame University. There's an international university. We have a Notre Dame university here in Fremantle, and it's the same university. We have a campus here in Fremantle, which is just south of Perth City and stuff. So it's in the Perth metropolitan area, support of Fremantle. Beautiful, and it occupies some beautiful old buildings. Bubba girl, don't you dare sit your butt on the on-off button. No. Just done that. If it suddenly all goes dark, like everything's been turned off, it's because Bubba girl will have sat on the on-off button and switch things off. If that happens, just hang around for a few minutes and I'll get back to you as soon as. Hi, Nancy Lee. Hi, Deborah Costro. So let's have a look. So anyway, 100 faculty members asked her not to refuse the nomination, but to ask for the nomination process to be held over, to be suspended until after the election. Because they felt, A, it would be, to do so before the election would be undemocratic. B, they also feel that this being done so soon after Ruth Bader Ginsburg's death is totally disrespectful. And C, because they feel that the damage done to her and her reputation could be irreparable. And they don't want that to her. They're not questioning her qualifications or anything. They just feel that it would be better if she asked for the nomination to be processed, to be suspended until after the election. So that's really interesting. One of these people was not the president of Notre Dame, but this was 100 faculty members. Signed an open letter to her. Oh, Tiffany. Well, you know, I think she's gonna. I do think she's gonna separate herself. Her mother's really tough. Her mother's not gonna let her in so deep. She said, "Well, if you want to support your dad," she said, "Look, he's her dad. She loves her dad." And I think she wants to be accepted by her elder siblings. So don't stress about her. She's not gonna, yeah. She's not perfect, okay? And she's still only like 25, 26. She's not really that old. And, you know, she's been sheltered for so much of her life. Will Marianne Trump give up information on 45 before the election? Can't see her doing that. Okay. Hi, Susan Alice. Hi, Pismo. So let's see. The Supreme Court nomination. Justice Amy Coney Barrett. Let's have a look. Ooh, anxiety for her. Anxiety. First card off the deck. What's her challenge? Oh, her challenge. Carelessness. Now, this is reverse, this one. So her challenge is carelessness. She's been careless. Apathy. She hasn't been prepared for a lot of things. Okay. And yeah, carelessness. She's been really careless about something too. She's got to. What's at the base of this reading? Oh, lost opportunities. Lost opportunities. Lost opportunities. Oh, past actions leading up to time to let go of that dream. Time to let go of that dream. She's never gotten good cards with so many. Oh, above us, below. Lost opportunities. End of a process. Change in the process. End of that dream. What's going to happen? She is going to be in the near future, in the immediate future, she's going to be really, really embattled. Really embattled. What is in her environment at the moment? This is the High Priestess, but it's reversed. Okay. Clouded insight, blocked intuition, just lack of wisdom. Lack of wisdom. She's not going to listen to her peers. She's not going to listen to that letter at all. What do other people see? Other people see someone who is breaking, separating herself. In partnerships she's formed over years. She is breaking trust as well. I just get broken trust. I see someone who has broken the trust of people. Yeah. They do not believe she is the right fit. They do not believe she is the right fit for this. When you step onto that bench, when you are sworn into that court as a justice, it is a partnership between you and the American people, that you will do the right thing by the American people, not by the administration, not by Congress, but by the American people. And they see someone who is not prepared to honor that partnership and who will break with it. Roe v. Wade, the ACA. What are her hopes and fears? She's fearing that things are going to be suspended with the nomination progress. process. She's hoping they're not, but she fears it will. Outcome for her. Page of Pentacles reversed. Troublemaking, problems, immaturity. She has not been a judge long enough. She's still so new to it. She's viewed as immature in her knowledge and in her experience. And she's viewed as, and she's somebody who will make trouble because she will let her beliefs override her legal judgment. That's why she's not mature enough. Four of Wands, reversed. Moving out arguments, leaving home, moving out arguments. Oh, Six of Swords reversed. Stagnancy, travel issues. Yeah, arguments with the Four. It's not about moving. There's no movement for her at the moment. Stagnation. Yeah, things are going to get held up. King of Swords reversed. Corrupt person, a con man, bribery, abuse. There's some news going to come out about her. Remember, just because it's a king doesn't mean it has to be a male. Levels of maturity, levels of corruption. It's strange that when you look at the television, all seems to be going along smoothly with her, despite, you know, this, that, and the other. And then but every reader I've seen who's read on this have gotten the same thing. Bad cards. It's not going to go anywhere for her. It's not looking good for her. Delay, suspension, death of a dream, anxiety. Problem is we don't know what's going on behind the scenes at those things. We don't know who's talking to who, who's voicing reservations about it. Yes, we want conservatives on the bench. Yes, we'd love another conservative on the bench. But do we want someone who is this radically conservative? Someone who has written about Roe v. Wade, that it is a barbaric case, you know, that it is barbaric. You know, someone who has signed on to 2 anti-abortion campaigns, literally signed on and had her name published in association with them, campaigns calling to make abortion illegal, you know. So, yeah. Dianne Feinstein has lost her marbles. In what way, NH? I haven't done much reading with her. She's been down there for a long time. Want to be Republican. I don't know much about her, so, you know, I know that she was on the council when Harvey Milk, San Francisco City Council, when Harvey Milk was assassinated. I hope he's so happy that the likes of Pete Buttigieg, you know, Mayor Pete, and the lady from Kansas, the first openly gay representative, and are there in offices and proud and open and things like that. And I hope he's feeling good. Oh my God. What's going on? Oh God. She was praising ACB. Is she up for re-election? That's a good point. You don't have to be for abortion to respect that. To respect that it's somebody else's choice, not a choice you would make, but you have to respect you. But if you respect the choice of others, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I did IVF, and this woman wants to make IVF illegal. It wasn't successful. But it's like, I don't like it if a woman gets an abortion just because having a baby would be an inconvenience. And unfortunately, there are some people out there who do that. But again, that's their choice, and that's what they'll have to deal with. But there are people who have really good, solid, valid reasons for getting an abortion. And they should be able to do that, you know. I've heard of women getting abortions because they want to punish their boyfriends or something and stuff like that. It's just, things like that are horrible. But, you know, if you need it, you should be able to have it. That's what I think. Would it be something I'd do myself? No, it wouldn't. But that's me. Way past that, but but I would never ever tell somebody they couldn't get it, even if it was for the most petty of reasons. I still wouldn't say. Might judge them for getting it if it was such a petty, horrible reason, but I wouldn't tell them they couldn't. No. That's true. That's true. If they're so pro-life, why are there still kids in foster homes and orphanages? Why can't they go and help those people out? You know, why can't they go and help those kids who a lot of it end up living on the streets after that because they're aged out at 18? Why? And they often end up on the streets or on drugs or in, you know, in not every foster person does, but you hear the stories. We hear the stories over here. And if these people are so pro-life, why aren't you getting your ass to those foster homes and doing your dance? So what if a kid is labelled difficult, you know, or if they're not pretty, or if they're not, you know, they deserve love. If you're so pro-life, go out, go visit these kids, talk to them, find them, talk to them, find out what they need, offer them what they need, give them the love they've never had, give them respect, and show them by example that they don't have to go down this life just because they've been in this system. Get off your asses and do something. If you're that pro-life, go and save some lives that are in the balance because of the system they've been placed in through no fault of their own. That's it. Hallelujah. That's my lecture. Okay. I don't like it when I get, look, I try not to get, you know, sometimes I try to remain on an even keel and all that, but some things, you know, we talked about fostering kids. Unfortunately, it wasn't something we were able to do for various reasons. And, you know, we talked about adopting. Again, there were various reasons we came to the conclusion that no, we weren't the right fit to be able to do that. But we had IVF. I had one egg left and I couldn't use it, so we donated it to somebody. And it was a painful decision to make. It was a hard decision to make, but we don't know if the pregnancy worked or not. But, you know, we gave a chance to somebody to have children. So, anyway, back to what were we looking at? Oh, we just looked at Judge Amy Coney Barrett, and somebody told me that Dianne Feinstein is going a little bit la-la. Let's have a look at Dianne Feinstein then. What's going on with her? She's a strong lady of strong opinions. Oh, her challenge is going to be fighting off anxiety and worry. She's a bit of an anxious time. Did anybody answer my question before? Is Dianne Feinstein up for re-election? Oh, isolation, being shoved into isolation. And it's at the base of her reading. Her past actions leading up to Nancy Pelosi is having words with her, talking to her, saying, look, you know, we need you to be on the same page. She's getting ready for a new journey. No, she's not up for re-election. She's getting ready for a new journey. The isolation thing, I think she might be getting ready to retire. She's hanging in there. She's in her immediate future, she's going to feel like she's in a chaotic thing. She's impulsive. She's going to be acting a bit impulsively, and she's going to be feeling a little bit chaotic. I'm not sure if she's feeling all that good. I think maybe there's a few issues with her. Sorry, this thing is clicking. So it's distracting me. So I think they might be putting limits on terms in the future. You're asking why these people can't retire. I think they're going to won't retire because they don't want to lose the power that they have. But I think they might be putting limits on the number of terms you can have and your age. If everybody else has to retire at 65 or 70, why don't these guys? Oh, things are going to come home. Things in her environment. Chips coming in. A little bit of the chickens coming home to roost sort of thing. I think she feels a few things are going to catch up with her. That's what she's feeling. She's going to be seeing the results of some of her past actions, and I don't think she's going to be liking it all that much. Wasn't she one of the ones named with selling off stock of a pharmaceutical? People see someone who is no longer able to make those critical decisions. That's what people see. They feel she should have retired a long time, and that she's no longer able to. And I still felt that this is something to do with her health, and I'll have a look at that more in a bit. If she retired, would someone be appointed? Would a Democrat be appointed to carry out her term, or would they have to hold a special election? They'd have to hold a special election, wouldn't they? Because if she retired rather than died, I'm not sure. Can somebody answer that for me? Her hopes and fears. Oh, she really, really wants to keep something a secret. She really wants to keep something a secret, but she's fearing it, that she's not going to be able to. Ooh. The outcome for her. King of Swords reversed. Corruption. News about corruption associated with her. Whether she was actually an active part of it, it's one thing, but people around her doing corrupt things that she may have been aware of and did nothing. Surprising news for her. This is her out. We're looking at her outcome now with the King of Swords reversed. Surprising news. Past actions coming back to haunt her. This is all indicated in the with the Three of Swords. Anxiety. Is she going to retire? Ooh, she's got a tower coming up on her. Okay, let's have a look at the Knight of Swords. What's the story with that for Dianne Feinstein? Feinstein. Four of Cups, apathy, tiredness, not really wanting to go on. She's sorry she took up the offer to run again. Queen of Cups. This for me is quite often medication, and I feel that's the case with her too. Medication, group of people, working with a group of people. There's definitely something up with her health. I think if she thought that her health was going to deteriorate as much as it did, she was feeling pretty out of it and apathetic at the time, but thought she'd be okay, so she took up the offer. But now she's realizing that's not the case. She's got a group of doctors, team of health people. She's on medication. Overflowing emotional news. I wouldn't surprise me if after the election she retires. New fresh starts. These are both fresh starts for her. I think don't be surprised This Tower news might not be anything about her actions or corruption or anything, just could be to do with her health. So we'll have a look at that. Is that Tower to do with her health? The past actions, you know, surprising news. Corruption. The corruption could do with her body as well. I think she's trying to keep something secret about her health. I don't know if she's ever done any corrupt thing, not knowingly or whatever, but 10 of Pentacles, family and legacy, Knight of Swords, chaos, 6 of Wands, messenger. This is the messenger of victory, Page of Cups, emotional news, 5 of Cups, loss and regret. No, I think she has done something in the past that's going to come out and really reflect badly on her. But she's got a lot of health battles, and don't be surprised if you hear after the election that she's going to retire. And I think she will only do that if the Democrats have a clear majority, because she doesn't want her seat put in for an election, a special election, and give Republicans a chance. But if the Democrats gain a clear majority, like a couple more votes, a couple more seats than they need just to get a simple majority, they have 1 or 2 more seats, like if they get 52, 53, 54, don't be surprised to hear that she's going to be retiring. So that's Dianne Feinstein. Definitely things going on with her health. And I'm not going to say she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar, but, you know, she's been around for a long time. I'm sure that she would have received donations from people that the Democrats wouldn't take donations from now. But back then, I'm sure a lot of Democrats would take just money from the same people as the Republicans did. Apparently, the numbers are a lot lower, but that's not the point, is that Democrats have taken money from a lot of like oil and gas and energy and all that people, coal people and stuff like that in the past as well. The fact that they took it, not how much of it, just that they took it. And don't be surprised if that comes out with Dianne Feinstein. Yeah, they talked her into it because they needed to hang on to that seat. They really need, I think they felt there was a real danger of losing that seat if she didn't run for it. Yeah. So I'm glad I read that right. Thank you. Look, we all know what they are. Okay. If they're more than, especially if they're more than a certain amount. Okay. Ah, yeah, I think some stuff's going to come out about her. Don't be surprised if she's let it leak. If she lets it leak, she really wants out. I still, yeah, I think she feels she can't get any more out of it. If she felt she could get more out of it than she's already gotten, she might not feel so like retiring. You know. Hi, Deborah Costro. Hi, Marianne Bralia. Welcome. Or Marilyn, sorry. Marilyn. Yeah. Now, let's go back to the strumpettes. Hi, Mystical Marina. Let's go back to the strumpets. Let's see. Let's start with Eric first. What's in the future for Eric? You can see I am shuffling up, and I did that, and the cards all went like, yeah, right. Serves you right for showing off. Hi, Clarence Fields. Oh, is Hannity going down with Trump? That's a good question. I'll look at him too. But first, I'm going to look at Eric Trump. Stored progress. Challenge for him. Locked ideas. Locked ideas. No idea what to do next. Knight of Cups. Daddy, you said you'd help me and I wouldn't get into trouble. It's at the base of it. He's immature and he's emotional. He should never have been put in charge. Page of Pentacles. He's past actions leading up to the present. Page of Pentacles reversed. He's not smart enough to deal with these people. He was thrown under a bus from the start. Eight of Cups. He's feeling abandoned. He's really feeling abandoned. Like, where are my family? Where are they? Where's my brother? Where's my sister? Where's my brother-in-law? You know, where are my aunts and uncles? Why am I doing this all on my own? He's feeling abandoned. Queen of Cups in his immediate future. He's going to be turning to his mum for help. This is his mum. She's the only one who's standing by him. I guess he feels that way. She's turning to the only person this is in his near future. He's going to be turning to the only person he feels is still there. What's in his immediate future? King of Cups. What's in his immediate environment? The King of Cups. He's become Biden for me recently, but he is feeling like he's being punished by the left for Daddy going after Hunter Biden. So this is why Joe Biden's turned up. He feels like he's being punished, that he's being targeted because Dad and his campaign have been targeting Hunter Biden. It's nothing to do with Hunter Biden. This is what he thinks. This is what he's telling himself. And this is all he's thinking about. This is in his immediate environment. And I reckon there's people telling him that too, which is, it's not true. It's not true. What do people see? They see one of the problems that Trump has left being resolved. They're seeing that Eric Trump being up in court to answer for the Trump Corporation's business, people are seeing it's finally getting looked at, investigated. It's finally going to be resolved, because they've seen for years and years this corporation, this group get away with so much. Finally it's stopped, and a lot of the pain and heartbreak that they have caused and the problems that they have caused for so many is finally getting resolved. That's what they're seeing. Eric's hopes and fears, he really, really, really thinks, he thinks, everything's tipped against me. It's so unfair. And he's hoping that that's what people are going to see, that things are so unfair, that he's being unfairly targeted. This is justice. But this is what he hoped, but he fears that that's not how people are going to think. They're going to think, well, justice for the Trump Corporation, and Daddy made him responsible for it all. His outcome, he's going to try and manipulate things. He's going to try and find a balance, maybe try and make a deal. Seven of Cups, but he is deluding himself if he thinks he can make a deal. He can't. Wheel of Fortune reversed. He is out of luck, and things are no longer in his control. One more. Knight of Swords. His life is going to get very chaotic. Lots and lots of legal things coming at him. This is the investigators. This is the people whose job it is to hold corporations like Trump accountable. They're coming after him. One more. Going to have to be really self-controlled, but I don't think he has it in him to do that. No, things aren't looking good for Eric Trump. He's going to be left carrying the can, and I don't think Mummy's going to help him. Let's have a look. Is his mum? He's turning to his mum. Is she going to be able to help in any way? Will she help in any way? This is his mum. Again, intuition. No, she's not going to be able to help him. Loss and regret. She can't do anything for him. Okay, let's have a look at next up, Donald Trump Jr. I'll use a different deck. He's got his own agenda and he thinks he's holding it. What's on the bottom for him? Ooh, Queen of Swords reversed. Sharp words. Corrupt person, con man. No, sorry. Cold, rigid, sharp words. Dishonesty. Yeah. What's his challenge? Oh, his challenge is fighting off the devil. Bad habits. Old habits. Glassy-eyed habits. He's having a real issue with that. Apparently he's in, what is it? Johnny Jehovah's Principle calls a Kimberly gargoyle. Kimberly Guilfoyle are going. Is that the base of things for him? All his ships coming in, all his chickens coming home to roost because he's a bad boy. Chooks are going to turn emus. What's his past actions leading up to a place where he is deluding himself? This is the Seven of Cups. He is, but it's reversed. He is deluding himself that he's going to be able to survive everything. He is deluding himself. Ooh, Nine of Coins, but again it's reversed. So this is the sitting pretty card and it is reversed. Envy, financial setbacks, jealousy. I think he's jealous about Kimberly. I think if she talks to another guy, he just likes, you know. He thinks like his dad. Once he's hooked a woman, he owns her. Probably one of the reasons his first wife left him. Even though she's still standing behind the family, I think. I'm not quite sure. What's in his immediate future? Queen of Cups as well, but it's reversed. Mummy's had enough. Mummy's had enough. She doesn't want, you know. And he doesn't want to go to Mummy either. Smothering personality. That's why he feels his mother is. Whereas as Eric feels his mother is love and support, Donald feels smothered by his mother. So he wants his mother's offering to be there, but he doesn't want it. What's in his immediate? Change of fortune. That's in his immediate environment. So they see, everyone else sees somebody who's willingly put himself in the position he's in. This is the hangman, but this hangman is an acrobat. He's willingly put himself there with tricks and maneuvers and slipperiness, and he's willingly put himself there, and that's what people see when they look at Don Jr. Hopes and fears. He's hoping for a good outcome in the future, but he's fearing it might not happen. Feeling very vulnerable. What's his outcome? New opportunities. An opportunity. Seeing a new opportunity. This is, but is that true? What's the Tower. Tower. He's being given an opportunity to do something, but either taking up or not taking it. Tower. You've got the Tower there. What else? Oh, Two of Cups, but it's reversed. Separation of ways. I think that's him and Guilfoyle. And the Magician reversed. He is out of tricks. He's exposed for the con man and the trickster that he is, just like his dad. And he's got nothing left in his arsenal, except he, yap. Let's have a read on this thing with Mummy. Whereas, you know, smothering, smother. Wonder if Ivana, you hate to say that a mother loves some of her children more than others, but this is smothering. Whereas Barrett got an upright queen who's caring and nurturing and healing. But here she's smothering. So it's not that she doesn't care about Eric. She does. But she doesn't see how she can help him. But she really, really, really loves Don. It's like he's her pet. Her daughter, well, her husband paid too much attention to her daughter, but Don Jr., he's her pet. So she smothers him. Perhaps he likes that. I don't know. Trying to get a fresh start for him. So she's willing to do more, and she's willing to fight for him. She's willing to do more for Don Jr. than she is for Eric. She wants to see him beat everything and come out victorious. So Eric, it's like, I love you, darling, and I'll do what I can, but I don't think I can do much. Whereas she's going to throw everything she's got into the ring for Don Jr. That's why. And he knows it, smug little prick. Hi, Scott. How are you? No, he's not crying. No, that's not Whitby. Whitby's actually curled up and having a nap. So it's probably a dog from either side of us. Both sides have dogs. So I hope you, I'm not going to advocate violence, but I'd be booting my brother into next week if he said that. Mind you, my brother's on the other side of the country. I hope you really gave your brother Uncovered News, I hope you really gave your brother a bollocking. Yeah, that's the only thing you can do with people who won't, look, you can respect someone else's opinions about, if they want to support Trump, you've got to respect their option to do that. You don't necessarily have to disown them, but if they keep doing things that you cannot in good conscience agree with, then sometimes it's better to just say, look, I can't do this anymore. Yeah, I unsubscribed from a channel that I really liked, and I found out that he was a Trump fan and he had all Trump stuff all around him. And I'm like, no, I can't. It's a channel, not a personal friend or anything like that. It's a channel I was subscribed to. And he also posted something that said, if you're unsubscribing from my channel because I support Trump, you're just a bunch of sheep or something like that. I'm like, well, no, I'm not going to be abused for that. People can support different people. It doesn't have to separate siblings or whatever. As long as it's done respectfully, you respect their views, they respect yours, they don't abuse you and you don't abuse them. You should be able to have the right to support who you want to support. a shame. You shouldn't have to be estranged from your siblings over a political figure, over someone like Trump. Well, bullying is a different thing, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's have a look. Who will we look at now? Ivanka. Evil Barbie doll. I'm sure Michelle, I'm not happy with those comparisons. Evil Barbie doll. You shouldn't be bullied by your siblings, especially if you're adults. It's like, well, that's the thing about being an adult. You can just say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. You can just go about and do what you like. Stay away from me, and I live my life. You live yours. And if they're the ones who come back and keep trying to bully you after that, then they're the weak ones. Okay? Yeah. Well, that's ridiculous, isn't it, Clarence? Isn't it? Oh, my goodness. There's no way I would let my siblings' sexuality, whatever it is, be a reason to put them down and bully them or anything. I've never let it affect my relationship with my siblings. Is my relationship perfect? Of course, there's always things, stresses. You always call one sibling and say, such and such me, such a or the other, and it's like, man. There's always those phone calls and all that between siblings, but when things get rough, we're always there for each other. And yeah, what Georgie Moon said. He doesn't like it. We'll tell him he doesn't have to live with it. Not that you have to live with it. You are who you are, and good on you. So just tell him to grow up, get a life, and be more secure in himself, because that's what he's, by you coming out and saying that, he's scared. Oh, my brother's that way. Could I be that way? And it scared him. So just tell him to stop being such a scared little sheep. Oh, you're kidding. Another Trump golf course in Scotland? Yeah, like that's going to happen. Ivanka. Oh, this is the third sibling in a row to get the same card reversed. Deluded. She is deluded. Oh, her challenge is loss and regret. How is she going to cope with it when Daddy loses? She's deluding herself that he's not going to. So she's not preparing herself at all for a loss. At the base of things, people walking away from her father, voters walking away from the Republican Party. I think she's had friends walk away from her. She's lost friends. Friends who realise that she's not. A lot of them are fair weather friends, not real friends, but friends she's had for years who just are finding stuff out about her and her family that, yeah, they knew that her family wasn't necessarily all that nice, but then finding stuff out about her that she's just as bad because they thought she was different. She's been losing friends. She's been losing support. Her past actions are leading up to her getting some really surprising news. What's above her? Oh, Daddy. Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. As above, so below. She's losing support because she's sticking with her daddy. Her daddy has always been the emperor in her eyes. Oh, in her immediate future. Oh, looking good. Chaos. Impulsiveness. Things are going to be pretty chaotic for her in the immediate future. What's in her environment, her immediate environment? Talking about group work, about money. This is often held up as dirty money. About things coming out about income, payments. People see someone who is embattled, but they're not particularly sympathetic to her. They see someone who's trying to erect a protective barrier around herself, but they're not particularly sympathetic. What are her hopes and fears? Oh, someone is looking into her finances, into her financials, and she's really, really scared about what they're going to find, but she hopes they're not going to find anything. What's the outcome? Poor judgment, dishonesty, mental blocks, stress. What's next to it? I draw. Oh, strength. This is evidence. Somebody's got a strong case against her. I think it's leading back to the inauguration fund. Oh, she is out of tricks. Out of tricks. Pay the devil his due. She's not in for a good time. And guess what? Mummy doesn't appear here for her. Mummy doesn't particularly like her because Mummy feels that she took Mummy's place in Daddy's eyes. Disgusting. Ugh. Jealousy. Sexual jealousy. Mummy doesn't appear. Not for her. Does for the boys. She loves and cares about Eric. She worships Don Jr. She does not like. She loves her daughter, but she doesn't like her, and she's very jealous of her. You know, so she loves her daughter because you should love your daughter. But she's jealous of her, and she loves her daughter because she's not a completely cold person. She doesn't want to see her daughter end up in jail or anything, but she's not willing to do anything to help her because, you know. So is China planning to invade Taiwan? We'll have a look. Oh, she's very Stepford wife-ish, isn't she? Okay, Jared. What's going to happen with Jared? What's going to happen with Jared? Now, there was another question someone asked me earlier as well. I can't remember it, and I said I'd look at it after looking at the kids. So somebody could remind me of that. Okay, Jared. That's the highest tree. Oof. This was his first card. Let's have a look at the bottom for him. The lovers. Whoa. This is him and Ivanka, but he's got not good. What's his challenge? No, it wasn't anything about Barrett. Oh, a very, very strong case. Strength, patience, lots of investigation. It's a strong case against him. That's the base. Lack of support. You remember I said Ivanka had lost friends and everything, and they walked away from her and were no longer supporting her. Same with Jared, but not as many. Past actions leading up to the present. He really, really wishes he hadn't done a few things. He's really regretting some of his past actions. Money, money, money. His dad was a crook. He's a crook. Oh, above is so below. He's losing support from people he's gotten dark money from. So this is why it's only a 3 rather than an 8. Ivanka is losing friends. Friends she's had for years. He's losing people in power who have been providing him with money, dirty money for years. He's losing them. They're cutting him off. Ooh. Chaos, violent, deliberate cruelty, chaos. He's in for a rough time soon. He might be getting some threats, some death threats, maybe even a few people turning up and threatening him in person in the near future. He's not in for a good time. In his immediate environment, guess who? Father-in-law. He's blaming Trump for a lot of this, but hell, he could have said to Trump, hell no, you're not dragging me into this, and you're not dragging my wife into this, you know? Although Ivanka would have done her own thing anyway, but he could have said to Ivanka, I don't want you getting involved in any of this because it's going to end bad. Time to step back. But no, he let his father-in-law rule the roost, and he still is. What do people see? Somebody who lies and lies and lies and lies, doesn't tell the truth, doesn't know how to tell the truth. What are his hopes and fears? Oh, he's hoping to stave off a chaotic, excessively chaotic time, but he's fearing he can't. It ties right back to this. He's hoping to stave off the threats and the violence, but he's fearing he can't. His outcome, he's going to be judged. He's going to be judged. Oh, truth is revealed. Truth is revealed. Oh, a move away from home, away from the White House. Conflict and arguments. This is not a harmonious card when it's this way up. Oh, oh, this is the King of Cups, but it is not Biden. This is Russia. This is Putin. Let's have a look at that King of Cups. What's going on there with that? And that Three of Pentacles. Night, Greta. Have a good time. I hope that everything works out for you with your siblings and everything. And just hang in there. No, you can only hope that they realise what they have, which is a good person. Okay. Page of Coins. Putin is going to let some stuff out about Jared and money. Let's have a look here. Page of Cups. Upsetting emotional news about money. Plans that have been in the works. Oh, Queen of Swords. He's got the reverse Queen of Swords, I think. Which one? Don Jr. or Eric got the reverse Queen of Swords as well. Really cold. Rigid, not particularly kind. He's going to be up against a really, really cold and unfeeling judicial system. Hi, Stephen Masson. Putin nixed Trump's overtures for a nuclear agreement deal. That's interesting. Hi, Sandra Henderson. I didn't see your name earlier, so sorry about that if I haven't said hello. Yeah. So, I still don't know what that earlier question was. I'm really sorry I didn't answer it, But let's have a look at what's going on with China. Is China going to invade Taiwan? Oh, Hannity. Is Hannity going down with Trump? Yes, I will look at that. But first, we'll do this thing with China. Thank you, guides, as well. Universal Spirit and guides. Blocked. Things are being blocked. Lack of focus and lots of repair work needing doing. So there's something. China aren't focusing on them as much as it seems that they are. Or their focus is being diverted sometimes. So they're not as close as they think they are. There's something going on with their focus. Something's not right with how they're viewing things and seeing things. At the base of this is freedom. Freedom for Taiwan from threats from China. China's actions leading up to the present, the need for temperance, the need for resolution, balance, harmony, self-control. Okay. They're usually really, really big with self-control, but it's right next to a lack of focus here. Something else is going on with China at the moment, that they want to focus everything on Taiwan, but they can't. There's something happening, and they're blocked. They're blocked from putting everything they have into Taiwan, everything they want into Taiwan. Something else is happening. What's above it? Sharing resources, sharing of resources. Taiwan wants their freedom. This is at the base of it. But China wants their resources. Taiwan, they have their freedom, but they want complete freedom. Okay. Stored momentum with China. What's in the environment around this? Offers, it's the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. Offers, there's been offers back and forth, maybe trade offers or something that they've been trying to work on. Making offers. This is in the environment. Trade offers, offers of other countries to help. What are people seeing? People in the know are seeing a mighty country that's not really as focused as they should be if they really want to trouble. They see trouble. They see someone who normally makes a lot more trouble. And they see, yeah, they see a situation that is just trouble in the making. But there's something off with it. Hopes and fears. China are really hoping that they want Trump out of office, but they're fearing that he's not. This is what's distracting them. Trump is distracting them. They want him gone, but they fear that he's going to be able to. You see, the lizard is rebirth and renewal. So they really are fearful that he's going to get another term in office. New job, the outcome of this: new jobs, new starts, new opportunities, hopes of recovery. Suspension in hostility, suspension in activity. The sun is good. That's indicating good. And a suspension along with the sun and a new start, or or recovery. They're all good. Sorry, the Five of Coins reversed is recovery. The Knave of Wands. But they're struggling. They're going to try and start. They're going to try and start a new dialogue with Taiwan, but they're going to be struggling for some reason. I don't know what all this. What has Trump got to do with all this? Why is Trump such a big distraction to them? There are now no boundaries for them. He hasn't set any boundaries. So they don't know what steps to take. They don't know if this step is going to be a step too far or if it will succeed. There's no boundary set. This is not setting boundaries and not standing. So without set boundaries, China don't know what the reaction is going to be. 3 of coins of them group money. Trump has really interfered in the dynamic between China and Russia and Turkey. And because he won't set boundaries, and he's interfered with this dynamic, they don't want to push their luck because he's such a wild card. There's no boundaries there. China do not want a bomb sailing towards them because Trump has gone completely gaga. Whether or not they think he has the real codes or not, they don't want to risk that, and there's no boundaries. That's why in the immediate future, no, I don't see them invading Taiwan. I don't see them invading Taiwan. What I said, Clarence, is that China, in their hopes and fears, they really hope that he doesn't get a second term. And they don't want him for a second term, but they fear that he might. So, yeah, Trump isn't going to get a second term. He might try to force it, but it's not going to happen. Trump hasn't set any real boundaries. So they don't know what steps they can safely take. He is distracting them big time from their agenda with Taiwan. Night, Stephen Masson. Thank you. Now, one last read. Is Hannity going to go down with Trump? Is Sean Hannity going to go down with Trump? Make no mistake, China want Taiwan back, but I don't think it's going to happen in the near future. Just will Sean Hannity go down with Trump? Four of coins. Sean Hannity is actually not feeling very secure. He's not feeling very secure. What's his challenge? Ooh, his challenge is to avoid being stabbed in the back by you-know-who. Hey, what is it? You lay down the dogs, you wake up with fleas. That's a bit unfair to dogs and fleas. But, you know, Ooh, at the base of the reading point, the Empress, but the Empress reversed. Dependence on others and limited resources. Honestly, Hannity has so much tied up in Trump. As long as Trump rules Fox, Hannity's safe. He does not have enough. It's a standalone for Fox to keep him on after Trump's gone. Past actions leading up to where he is now, he needs to take a break. He needs to say no. This is what he needs to do. He needs to say to Trump, no, I'm not going to be your ventriloquist dummy anymore. But will he? No, this is what he needs to do. As above, so below. He is in a really critical turning point. If he makes the wrong decision, he's going to, he made the decision that's put him in this position, dependent on Trump and dependent on Fox. That, because I get the impression that after this is over, after Trump's out of office, Fox is going to clean house. I might do a quick reading on that, actually. Anyway, immediate future, he's going to be feeling pretty victorious in the immediate future. So he's going to feel pretty happy with himself. He is the king's messenger of victory. In his immediate environment, manipulating truth, manipulating resources, moving money from one account to another. What people see, someone who just stokes conflict. That's all people see. It's the Five of Wands, someone who just stokes conflict. Ooh, hopes and fears. He fears he's going to get frozen out in the future, but he hopes he doesn't. Thrown to the sidelines. His outcome, Nine of Wands, he's going to be really embattled. The World, but it's reversed. Permanence, unfinished lessons, delays and problems. He won't have learned his lesson. He might get an offer from a right wing, really right wing, one of those really bad ones. But he's being offered an opportunity to get out, but he's not going to take it, and he's going to tumble. Yeah, he's going down. He's going down with Trump as well. So one more reading. I know I said I'd wrap up after Hannity, but I asked the question, and I really want to know, when Trump loses the election and is no longer the president, will Fox clean house? Will the Murdochs clean house? And if they do, it'll be to save their own butts, not anybody else's. Will Fox clean house after Trump loses the election and is no longer president? Queen of Cups. Let's have a look what's on the bottom. Oh, bear on thin ice. Queen of Cups. This is a new leader. You know, we don't watch Sky News in our house, which is over here is the equivalent of Fox News in the US. We don't watch it. The lovers separate, but it's reverse separation of ways. Seven of Pentacles, but it's reversed. Work with no reward, laziness. That's at the base of it. Laziness. They just let these guys take over because, hey, it brings in the viewers and it brings in the ratings. So and they've been lazy with the books too. Past actions leading up, Six of Pentacles, but it is reversed. Debt, one-sided charity, selfishness. They are in debt. Four of Swords, resting and retirement. I think the Murdochs might sell it. I think they might sell it to a woman. There's a woman floating around saying, I'll take it off your hands. Immediate future, the Star, but it's reversed. Impotence, being ignored. They really, really I just got flashing through my mind that they've been holding Fox up. It's not been as financially successful as they've been telling people. They've been holding it up from other things. Like, I don't think Sky News is that successful either. So they've been holding it up. In the environment for Fox News, Ten of Swords, the end for them and the rising of a new sun. I think they're going to end up selling it. Ten of Wands. Everybody sees what people see, the Ten of Wands. They see the Ten of Wands reversed. They see someone who has been saying, no, we're not going to clean house. We're not going to do the right thing here. Queen of Swords, their hopes and fears. Here's another queen, and they're really hoping that she's going to be nice to them, but she's not. This person's going to go in there. She's got rigid logic. She's going to be honest, but she's going to go through and she's going to clean that place out. Stored momentum. That's the outcome for Fox. King of Cups. Biden might be introducing some new regulations. The High Priestess. They've been really unwise. They've been really stupid. They've shown clouded insight. That's reversed, sorry. Three of Pentacles. New group, new start. I think that the Murdochs might end up selling Fox and the new person's going to clean house. Anyway, my darlings, that is it for me. Please look after yourselves. Stay safe, stay strong, stay loving, and yeah, love you all. Bye-bye.